Hello, my beautiful listener. Welcome back to another heart-touching and educational session here on our channel. Today, we're going to start with one of the biggest confidence killers in the world, comparison. Yes, that silent habit of looking at others and feeling like we're not good enough. But don't worry, by the end of this step, you'll understand exactly why comparing yourself to others is dangerous and how you can stop it once and for all. So, let's dive in. Don't compare. Focus on your progress. 1. The hidden habit we all have. Let's be honest, we all compare ourselves sometimes. Maybe you look at someone's English speaking, their lifestyle, or their success and think, wow, they're so good. I wish I could be like that. It starts innocently, just admiration, but slowly it grows into self-doubt. You start asking yourself questions like, why can't I speak English like them? Why am I not growing as fast? Why do I always feel behind? And without realizing it, comparison becomes a thief. It steals your joy, your motivation, and your confidence. You stop appreciating your own progress because you're too busy watching someone else's highlight reel. The trap of the highlight reel. Social media makes it worse. We scroll and what do we see? Perfect lives, perfect faces, perfect English speakers, perfect everything. But remember, what you see online is not real life. It's a highlight reel, just the best 5% of someone's life. Nobody shows their failures, struggles, or bad days. Think about it. Do you post when you feel sad, confused, or lost? Of course not. You post your best moments. So does everyone else. Comparing your behind the scenes to someone's highlights is unfair. You're comparing your real life with someone's edited version. That's like comparing your first English class with someone's 10th year of fluency. It doesn't make sense. 3. How comparison destroys confidence. When you constantly compare, you create a belief that you're not enough. And this belief becomes your biggest enemy. You stop celebrating small wins because you think it's nothing compared to them. You hesitate to speak English because you think they'll laugh if I make a mistake. You stop trying new things because you feel you'll never catch up. But here's the truth. You don't need to catch up because you're not in a race with anyone. Life is not a competition, it's a journey. And confidence doesn't come from being better than others, it comes from being better than your past self. 4. Everyone has a different story. Let me tell you something simple but powerful. Everyone's story is different. Someone might have started learning English at age 5, and you maybe started at 20. Of course, their speed will be different. Someone might have more free time, better internet, or a supportive environment. You can't compare your progress to theirs because you're walking on a completely different road. Think of it like plants in a garden. Some flowers bloom in spring, some in summer, some in autumn. They all bloom, but in their own time. And you will too. 5. The power of focus. What you focus on grows. If you focus on others, you'll always feel small. If you focus on yourself, you'll grow stronger every day. Instead of thinking, they're better than me, try thinking, what can I learn from them? That small shift changes everything. When you focus on your own journey, you start noticing progress. Like, hey, last month I couldn't say this sentence, but now I can. That's growth. That's success. 6. The real definition of success. Success is not about being the best. It's about being your best. It's about waking up every day and saying, I'm going to try a little harder than yesterday. The English you speak today might not be perfect, but it's better than yesterday's. That's progress, and progress is success. The moment you stop comparing, you give yourself freedom. Freedom to learn, freedom to make mistakes, and freedom to grow. 7. A simple example. Let's imagine two learners, Rahim and Kareem. Rahim practices English 30 minutes a day. Kareem practices 3 hours a day. After 1 month, Kareem speaks more fluently. Rahim looks at him and feels bad. But what Rahim forgets is, 1 month ago, he couldn't even say a full sentence. Now he can. That's huge progress. So why feel bad comparing 30 minutes to 3 hours? They're on different levels, different routines, different situations. As long as you're moving forward, you're winning. 8. How to stop comparing. Action plan. Let's make this practical. Here are 4 things you can do today to reduce comparison. Unfollow accounts that make you feel insecure. Track your own progress. Write what new things you learned each week. Celebrate small wins like speaking 1 new sentence correctly. Remember your journey. You started for you, not to beat anyone. Comparison fades when gratitude grows. Be grateful for how far you've come. Even small steps matter. 9. Final thought of step 1. You don't need to compare. You just need to continue. You're learning, growing, improving, and that's what truly matters. Remember, even 1 new word you learn today makes you better than yesterday. So next time you see someone fluent or confident, don't think, I can't. Instead think, one day I will, because you will, if you keep focusing on your progress.
What you see is not what you get. Let's understand something very important. Social media shows you what people want you to see, not what they really live. That English teacher who speaks perfectly on camera, maybe they practiced that 1-minute video for hours. That traveler showing a happy vlog, maybe they were exhausted and lonely right before filming. That influencer who always smiles, maybe they cry when the camera is off. You see the result, not the process. You see the highlight, not the struggle. That's why comparing yourself with them is unfair. You're comparing your reality to their illusion. Filters, edits, and fake confidence. Let's talk honestly. Almost everything on social media is filtered, edited, and polished. People remove their mistakes, add music, edit lighting, and rehearse dozens of times before posting. Even natural videos are often planned carefully. So when you compare your real English, full of pauses and and to their perfect video, you're comparing a practice room to a final movie. Think about it like this. You don't compare your cooking practice to a restaurant chef's dish on Instagram, right? Because you know they used lighting, angles, and edits. Then why compare your raw learning process to someone's edited performance? The pressure to look perfect. Let's talk honestly. Almost everything on social media is filtered, edited, and polished. People remove their mistakes, add music, edit lighting, and rehearse dozens of times before posting. Even natural videos are often planned carefully. So when you compare your real English, full of pauses and and uh to their perfect video, you're comparing a practice room to a final movie. Think about it like this. You don't compare your cooking practice to a restaurant chef's dish on Instagram, right? Because you know they used lighting, angles, and edits. Then why compare your raw learning process to someone's edited performance? The hidden cost of comparison. Let's say every morning you open Instagram or TikTok. You see people speaking perfect English or living your dream life, and you think, I'm so behind. Without realizing it, that thought changes your mood. You feel less confident to speak. You feel less excited to learn. Your brain starts believing that others are always ahead and you'll never catch up. That belief becomes a habit, a negative mindset. And once that habit grows, even your progress feels small. You start saying, what's the point? I'll never be like them. That's how the illusion of perfection kills motivation silently. But remember, the problem isn't social media itself, it's how we use it. Social media is a tool, not a mirror. Social media can be a powerful tool if you use it correctly. It's not your mirror, it's your library. You can use it to learn, not to compare. Watch videos to understand pronunciation. Follow creators who teach, not just show off. Save posts that inspire you to grow, not ones that make you feel small. When you start using social media as a learning tool, not a judging tool, it changes everything. You stop saying, I wish I could be like them, and start saying, I'm learning something new from them. That's how you turn comparison into inspiration. The hidden cost of comparison. Do you know why people love posting perfect moments? Because deep inside, they also want to feel accepted. Even the people you compare yourself to, they also compare themselves to others. That's right. Someone you think is perfect might be looking at another creator thinking, I'm not good enough. We're all humans. We all want validation, love, and appreciation. So instead of competing, we should understand that everyone is struggling with something. Nobody's life is perfect. Even the most fluent English speaker makes mistakes. They just don't show it. The real purpose of learning English. Let's pause and ask, why are you learning English? Is it to impress others or to express yourself better? If it's for others, you'll always feel pressure. But if it's for yourself, you'll feel peace. English is not a competition. It's a communication tool. You're learning it to connect with the world, share ideas, and express your heart, not to show off. So next time you see a perfect English video, don't feel jealous. Feel curious. Ask, what can I learn from this? Then practice one sentence, one sound, one idea. That's progress. Practical tips to stay real on social media. Let's make it practical again. Here are 6 ways to protect your mental peace while using social media. Limit scroll time. Don't spend hours watching others. Spend time improving yourself. Follow real learners, people who show mistakes, not just success. Share your journey honestly. It inspires others. Don't compare views or likes. They don't measure your worth. Take social breaks. One day offline can refresh your mind. Use social media for learning. Watch educational videos, podcasts, or motivational content. A short story, The Mirror of Lies. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Arif. He was learning English but often compared himself to others on social media. Every day he saw perfect speakers and felt like quitting. One day, his teacher showed him 2 mirrors, one real, one fake. The fake mirror made his face look stretched and weird. The real mirror showed his true reflection. The teacher said, social media is like the fake mirror. It shows distortion, not truth. If you believe in that, you'll forget your real self. From that day, Arif stopped comparing and started practicing. Months later, his confidence grew, not because he became perfect, but because he became real. Let me start with a simple truth. No 2 people in the world have the same journey. Even if 2 people start from the same place, they will face different challenges, make different choices, and grow at different speeds. That's what makes life beautiful. It's unique for everyone. Think about it. When you plant different seeds in the same garden, do all of them bloom at the same time? No. A rose blooms in one season, a sunflower in another, and a lotus in another. But every flower is beautiful in its own time. The same goes for your English learning journey, your career, or your dreams. You will bloom when your time comes, and that's perfectly okay. Comparison ignores the story behind the scene. We often compare our chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 10. We see their success, but not their struggles. That person you admire, maybe they've been practicing English for 10 years. Maybe they failed, cried, and tried again hundreds of times. You just see the result, but you don't see the road they walked. It's like watching a movie without knowing the story behind it. You see the hero at the end, standing tall and confident. but you missed the scenes where he fell, got hurt, and almost gave up. So when you compare your starting point to someone's finish line, you're being unfair to your own growth. Everyone has different circumstances. Let's also remember that everyone has different life situations. Some people have time, resources, and support. Others have to fight for every opportunity. Someone may have a personal tutor while you're self-learning through YouTube. Someone may live in an English-speaking country while you're learning from a small room with just a phone. But that doesn't make your journey smaller, it makes it braver. The harder the road, the stronger the traveler. So if your path feels slow, remember, you're not behind. You're building strength, patience, and resilience. Progress is not linear. Here's something most people forget. Progress is not a straight line. Sometimes you'll improve fast. Sometimes you'll feel stuck. That's normal. You might practice English for a week and see big results. Then suddenly, one week, you feel like you forgot everything. Don't panic. It's part of learning. Growth happens in waves. Even successful people have slow seasons, days when they doubt themselves or feel unmotivated. But the secret is they don't stop. They keep moving, even when progress is invisible. And soon, they break through again. So don't give up during your slow phase. That's where real growth is happening. And comparison turns learning into competition. When you compare, you stop learning and start competing. Instead of asking, "What can I learn today?" you start thinking, "How can I beat them?" That's the wrong question. Learning is not a race. It's a relationship between you and your growth. The more you compete, the less joy you feel. The more you learn for yourself, the more peace you find. Remember, even if someone learns faster, that doesn't reduce your value. It just means their timeline is different. Focus on your 1% better rule. Here's a powerful mindset shift. Forget being perfect. Just aim to be 1% better every day. If today you can speak one new sentence confidently, that's your 1%. If today you understand one new grammar rule, that's progress. If today you speak for 1 extra minute without fear, that's victory. Small daily improvement is how real success is built. Because 1% every day becomes huge growth over time. So don't look at how far others are. Look at how far you've come. The story of two climbers. Let me tell you a short story. Two climbers started climbing a tall mountain. One was fast and strong. The other was slow and careful. Halfway up, the fast climber looked down and shouted, "Come on, you're too slow." The slow climber smiled and said, "I'm not racing. I just want to reach the top safely." Hours later, the fast climber slipped and had to stop. The slow one kept moving, step by step, and finally reached the top. The lesson: speed doesn't matter. Direction does. So even if you're slow, keep climbing your own mountain. Step by step, you'll get there.
Be patient with yourself. Patience is your best friend on this journey. You can't rush growth. It happens in its own time. A baby doesn't start running right after birth. It first learns to crawl, then walk, then run. And every stage is important. Your English learning, your dreams, your goals, all follow the same rule. Don't rush your process. Respect it. The more patient you are, the more confident you become. Because patience is not waiting. It's trusting your timing. Your success will come, not early, not late, but right on time. Final thought of step 3. So, my beautiful listener, stop looking at where others are and start appreciating where you are. Your timeline is yours alone. Nobody can copy it, and nobody can live it better than you. You're not late. You're right on time for your story. You're not behind. You're just taking a different road. Your only job is to keep moving forward, even if it's one small step at a time. Because one day, when you look back, you'll realize the slow steps were actually the strongest ones. If this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Give this video a like if you believe every journey is unique. Share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what step of your journey you're on right now. Share this video with your friends who need a reminder to stop comparing. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more motivational lessons like this. Because your support helps this community grow and inspires more learners just like you.